Cute but deadly. These baby animals are pure danger. A tiny pufferfish, a fluffy snow leopard, a baby Komodo, all born to kill in their own way. At first glance, a baby blue-ringed octopus looks like a harmless little creature. It's barely the size of a golf ball, its body shifting colors as it moves across the ocean floor. It doesn't seem like something dangerous, but this tiny thing carries enough venom to kill over 20 people. Even at birth, it's already packing one of the most powerful neurotoxins in the world, tetrodotoxin. This toxin is so deadly that a single drop could leave someone completely paralyzed within minutes. The worst part? The bite is almost painless. A person might not even notice they've been bitten until it's too late. The venom shuts down muscles, making it impossible to move, speak, or even breathe. Without medical help, the body simply stops working. Even baby blue-ringed octopuses are fully venomous from the moment they hatch. They don't need to grow up to become dangerous. Their small size makes them even more terrifying because they are hard to spot. They hide under rocks, squeeze into tiny crevices, and only show their famous glowing rings when they feel threatened. People who have picked them up, thinking they're just another tiny sea creature, have learned the hard way that looks can be deceiving. Once bitten, survival depends on whether help arrives fast enough. There's no antidote. The only way to stay alive is to keep breathing artificially until the venom wears off. Despite being one of the deadliest animals in the ocean, baby blue-ringed octopuses don't chase people. They don't need to. Their camouflage keeps them hidden, and their venom does all the work if someone gets too close. Most creatures rely on size or speed to stay safe. This baby doesn't need either. It's a tiny, living nightmare, and even a brief encounter can turn deadly. A baby pufferfish looks almost comical. Its tiny, round body floats clumsily through the water, and when it puffs up, it resembles a living balloon. But behind that harmless appearance is one of the most dangerous toxins in the world. Even at this early stage of life, baby pufferfish already contain tetrodotoxin, the same deadly poison found in the blue-ringed octopus. It's hundreds of times more toxic than cyanide, and just a tiny amount can shut down the nervous system of anything that dares to take a bite. Unlike adults, baby pufferfish don't have fully developed spines yet. Instead, they rely on their toxin for defense. A predator that manages to swallow one will quickly regret it. If it doesn't die outright, it will become completely paralyzed, unable to move or breathe. This makes baby pufferfish extremely dangerous, not just to other sea creatures, but to humans who accidentally touch or eat them. A person handling one might not even realize the danger until numbness starts creeping up their limbs. What makes them even more unnerving is that their toxin isn't produced by them. It comes from the bacteria they host in their bodies. This means that even if a pufferfish is tiny, the poison is already working inside it. They may look fragile, but nature has given them a deadly edge. Nothing about them warns of danger until it's too late. The second a crocodile hatchling breaks free from its egg, it already knows how to bite. There's no awkward learning phase, no fumbling around to figure things out. It hatches with the instincts of a predator and jaws strong enough to clamp down on anything small enough to fit inside its mouth. A baby crocodile may be only a few inches long, but its bite is surprisingly powerful for its size, and those tiny teeth are sharp enough to draw blood. Unlike many other reptiles, crocodile hatchlings don't grow up alone. They stay close to their mother, who watches over them like a bodyguard. But that doesn't mean they are harmless. Even at this stage, they are aggressive and will snap at anything that moves. They are quick too, darting through the water to catch insects, fish, or even small birds that get too close. The real danger comes when hatchlings are in groups. They don't just survive together, they hunt together. Swarms of baby crocodiles have been seen ambushing prey in the shallows, biting down in a frenzy, and if food is scarce, they won't hesitate to turn on each other. For them, survival starts with their first breath. They are born ready to attack, and nothing about their size makes them less dangerous. A baby slow loris looks like it was made to be adored. Its round, wide eyes give it an almost helpless expression, and its small hands grip anything they can find. But this little creature has a secret weapon, one that can cause excruciating pain, allergic reactions, or even death. From the moment it's born, it has access to venom, a rare and terrifying trait for a mammal. The venom comes from a gland near its elbows. When a baby slow loris feels threatened, it licks this gland, mixing the venom with its saliva. One bite delivers a toxic mix that can cause flesh to rot, blood pressure to drop, and, in severe cases, a person to go into anaphylactic shock. Unlike snakes or spiders, this baby doesn't need fangs or stingers. It only needs its tiny, sharp teeth. Many people think slow lorises are gentle, but they use their venom in brutal ways. Even as babies, they will bite each other during fights, leaving wounds that take weeks to heal. In the wild, a baby slow loris must learn to defend itself early on. If something bigger comes too close, all it takes is one bite to turn a harmless-looking creature into a serious threat. A baby stonefish looks like nothing more than a piece of rock on the ocean floor. Its rough, bumpy skin blends perfectly with the sand and coral, making it nearly impossible to spot. But hidden beneath this harmless appearance is a deadly secret. Even as hatchlings, stonefish come fully equipped with venomous spines capable of delivering some of the most excruciating pain in the animal kingdom. Unlike other dangerous sea creatures, baby stonefish don't chase or hunt their prey. They don't need to. They sit perfectly still, waiting for an unsuspecting fish or a human foot to come too close. One step in the wrong place and the venomous spines shoot up, piercing flesh like needles. The venom works fast, causing unbearable pain, swelling, and even tissue death. In severe cases, the pain can be so intense that people have passed out, unable to handle the burning sensation spreading through their body. Even at just a few inches long, a baby stonefish is fully capable of ruining a person's day, or worse. The scariest part? They are almost impossible to see until it's too late. Their camouflage is perfect, and they don't give any warning before striking. In the ocean, it's not always the biggest creature that poses the greatest threat. Sometimes, it's the one you don't even notice. A baby fossa doesn't look like much when it's born. It's small, blind, and covered in soft fur. But it doesn't take long for it to turn into one of Madagascar's top predators. By the time it's just a few months old, this little hunter is already climbing trees, stalking prey, and sharpening its razor-sharp teeth. It's not a cat, but it moves like one. Fast, silent, and dangerously efficient. Unlike big cats, fossas don't wait until adulthood to start hunting. They learn early, pouncing on small lizards, birds, and even other baby fossas if food is scarce. Their long, flexible bodies let them twist and turn through branches with ease, making them impossible to escape. Even adult lemurs fear them, knowing that a fossa, no matter how young, has the strength and speed to take them down. One of the most unsettling things about baby fossas is their playfulness. They don't just attack for food, they practice. A baby fossa will chase, grab, and bite anything that moves, perfecting its skills before it grows into a full-sized predator. It may look curious and innocent, but everything it does is training for the day it will become Madagascar's apex hunter. A baby snow leopard is born in one of the harshest environments on Earth, high up in the freezing mountains where survival is a constant battle. But from the moment it opens its eyes, this little cub is already on the path to becoming a powerful predator. With oversized paws, sharp claws, and a thick coat, it's built for life in the extreme cold, and it wastes no time learning how to hunt. Even before it can walk properly, a snow leopard cub starts stalking anything that moves. At first it's just playing, pouncing on its siblings, practicing its grip, testing its bite strength. But this play is serious training. By the time it's a few months old, it's already chasing small prey, its instincts kicking in long before it needs them to survive. Despite their fluffy and adorable appearance, baby snow leopards are wild animals through and through. They grow up fast, developing powerful leg muscles that will one day allow them to leap distances of over 30 feet. Every step, every bite, every playful fight is sharpening the skills they will need to survive. The mountains are unforgiving, and only the strongest make it. These cubs may start small, but they are born to dominate their icy world. A baby giant otter looks like a harmless little pup. It has soft fur, round eyes, and an almost comical way of waddling around. But beneath that playful exterior, something fierce is growing. These babies don't stay cute for long. Within weeks, they are learning the brutal skills that will turn them into top predators of South America's rivers. At first, they start by wrestling with their siblings, testing their strength. Then, the real training begins. Adult otters bring them live fish, forcing them to practice catching and killing on their own. There's no room for mistakes in the wild. A young giant otter must learn to be fast, aggressive, and fearless. By the time it's a few months old, it can take down prey with shocking efficiency. Unlike other river animals, giant otters don't hunt alone. They work together, forming tight family units that dominate their territory. Even as babies, they are already part of this team, watching and learning from their older relatives. By the time they are big enough to swim and hunt properly, they are fast, strategic, and deadly. The rivers of the Amazon are full of dangers, but these babies are trained to become one of the most feared predators in the water. A baby platypus is born tiny, blind, and nearly helpless. But don't let that fool you. This strange little creature has a hidden weapon, one that can cause excruciating pain. From a young age, male platypuses develop venomous spurs on their hind legs, and while they won't use them immediately, they grow up knowing how powerful they are. The venom isn't deadly to humans, but it's far worse than just a sting. It causes swelling, muscle weakness, and pain so intense that even strong painkillers can't fully stop it. The worst part? The pain can last for weeks. While adults use their venom mostly during fights over territory, the young are quick to practice, sparring with each other and testing their growing strength. What makes baby platypuses even stranger is their unpredictable nature. They are part mammal, part reptile, and part something else entirely. They hatch from eggs, use electroreception to find food, and have webbed feet that let them move through water effortlessly. They may start small, but everything about them is built for survival. The venom is just an extra, painful reminder that this creature is unlike anything else. A baby cassowary looks almost cute. Covered in striped, fuzzy feathers, it follows its massive father through the dense forests of Australia and New Guinea, learning how to find food. But give it time. This little chick is growing into one of the most dangerous birds on Earth. Even as a baby, it has the instincts of a fighter. Cassawaries don't just peck or scratch like other birds, they have dagger-like claws that can slice through flesh with a single kick. While a chick's claws aren't fully developed yet, they grow fast, and they quickly learn how to use them. By the time they are a few months old, they are already testing their kicks on each other and anything that gets too close. The real danger comes when they feel threatened. Even young cassawaries have an aggressive streak, and they won't hesitate to charge, kick, and lash out. If they get scared, they don't run away. They fight. They are fast, strong, and completely unpredictable. In the wild, they are taught to survive by any means necessary. Cute or not, a cassowary chick is still a bird with a dinosaur's instincts, and it won't hesitate to use them. A poison dart frog tadpole doesn't look dangerous at first. It's a tiny, wriggling creature, barely the size of a fingernail, swimming in the water while its body slowly transforms. But even at this fragile stage, it already carries the same deadly toxins that make its adult form one of the most feared creatures in the rainforest. These tadpoles aren't waiting to grow up before becoming a threat, they are toxic from the start. Their skin secretes powerful alkaloids, chemicals that can cause convulsions, heart failure, or paralysis in anything that tries to eat them. Predators that make the mistake of swallowing one rarely get a second chance. Even larger animals learn quickly to stay away. And the scariest part? They don't even need to defend themselves. Their poison does all the work for them. As they grow, their toxicity only increases. The stronger their diet, the deadlier they become. By the time they develop legs and leave the water, they are among the most dangerous amphibians on Earth. They may start as defenseless-looking tadpoles, but they are already capable of making an unlucky predator regret its decision. A baby funnel web spider is tiny, fragile-looking, and almost impossible to spot. It starts its life hidden underground, its body no bigger than a grain of rice. But despite its small size, it already carries venom that can take down a full-grown human. Unlike some creatures that take time to develop their defenses, these spiderlings are deadly from the moment they hatch. The venom of a funnel web spider is a neurotoxin that attacks the nervous system. A single bite can cause muscle spasms, breathing difficulties, and, in extreme cases, death. While adult males tend to have the most potent venom, even juveniles are capable of delivering painful and medically significant bites. They don't need size to be dangerous, just their fangs. What makes baby funnel web spiders even more unsettling is their aggressive nature. Unlike many other spiders that avoid confrontation, they are quick to defend themselves, lifting their front legs and exposing their fangs at the first sign of danger. If something comes too close, they won't hesitate to bite. These spiderlings may look harmless, but they carry one of the most feared venoms in the world, and they aren't afraid to use it. A baby hyena is born into a world of competition and survival. Unlike many other animals, hyenas don't start life as helpless, blind newborns. They are born with their eyes open, their teeth already grown in, and an instinct that drives them to fight from the very beginning. In a hyena den, the battle for survival starts immediately. Within hours of birth, hyena cubs begin fighting, sometimes to the death. Their first opponents are their own siblings. They bite, claw, and wrestle, trying to establish dominance before they've even taken their first steps outside the den. The stronger cubs get better access to food, while the weaker ones risk being pushed aside. In some cases, only the strongest survive. This aggression isn't just for show, it's training. Hyenas grow up to be some of the most formidable predators in Africa, capable of taking down large prey and standing their ground against lions. Even as babies, they have powerful jaws that can snap bones, and they don't hesitate to use them. In the wild, survival favors the toughest, and for hyenas, that toughness begins at birth. A baby deathstalker scorpion is barely the size of a thumbnail, but don't let that fool you. This tiny arachnid is one of the most venomous scorpions on the planet, and it doesn't need to grow up to be deadly. The moment it hatches, it's already equipped with venom that can send even a full-grown person into unbearable agony. Unlike many other scorpions, the deathstalker doesn't rely on brute strength to subdue its prey. It doesn't need to. Its venom contains powerful neurotoxins that attack the nervous system, causing intense pain, convulsions, and in severe cases, heart failure. A sting from a baby can be even worse than one from an adult. Because they haven't yet learned to control how much venom they inject, they often release everything they have in a single strike. This makes them incredibly dangerous even at a young age. They are fast, aggressive, and quick to sting if they feel threatened. Their pale yellow bodies help them blend into their surroundings, making them difficult to spot until it's too late. In the deserts and rocky regions where they live, one wrong step could lead to a painful and potentially life-threatening encounter. A baby Komodo dragon hatches into a world where danger is everywhere, including from its own kind. The moment it breaks free from its egg, it scrambles up the nearest tree, desperate to escape the hungry jaws of adult Komodos that wouldn't hesitate to eat it. But while it starts off as prey, it won't stay that way for long. Unlike many other reptiles, young Komodo dragons don't take years to develop their deadly skills. They start hunting almost immediately, using their sharp teeth and surprisingly strong bite to take down small birds, lizards, and insects. Their saliva is already teeming with bacteria, making even a minor bite potentially lethal to their victims. As they grow, their hunting skills become more refined. They learn to ambush, to strike fast, and to track wounded prey with chilling patience. Even young Komodos are willing to take risks, attacking animals larger than themselves. They are intelligent, calculating, and relentless. Born into a brutal world where only the strongest survive. They start as tiny, tree-climbing hatchlings, but their killer instincts are already in place. A baby electric eel doesn't look like much when it first hatches. It's small, nearly translucent, and moves awkwardly through the murky waters of the Amazon. But this little creature is hiding a secret weapon, one that will make it one of the most feared predators in its environment. Even as a hatchling, it can generate an electric shock strong enough to stun prey or send a painful jolt through anything that gets too close. Electric eels use specialized cells called electrocytes to produce electricity. While the shocks from a baby aren't as powerful as those from an adult, they are still more than enough to disable small fish and invertebrates. As they grow, their electrical output increases, allowing them to take down larger prey and defend themselves against predators. The most unsettling part? They don't just use their electricity for hunting. Even young electric eels send out low-level pulses to sense their surroundings, acting like living radar systems. This means they can detect movement in complete darkness, giving them a huge advantage over anything lurking nearby. They may start out small, but from the moment they hatch, they are already wired for survival. A baby giant centipede may be small, but it's already a perfect predator. The moment it hatches, it has one goal: hunt. Unlike many insects that go through a helpless larval stage, baby centipedes are fully formed killers from the start. They don't need time to grow into their venomous abilities. Their fangs, speed, and deadly bite are all ready to use the second they take their first steps. These tiny hunters are fast, much faster than their size suggests. With dozens of legs moving in perfect coordination, they strike with shocking precision. Their venom is a powerful cocktail that paralyzes prey almost instantly. Even at a young age, they can take down creatures much larger than themselves, including frogs, lizards, and even small mammals. Their bite isn't just painful, it's designed to stop movement, making escape impossible. One of the most unsettling things about baby centipedes is their aggression. Unlike many young animals that stay close to their parents for protection, these little predators don't need anyone. They are independent from birth, ready to hunt and fight their way through the world. They may be small, But there's nothing weak about them. In the right conditions, they will grow into massive, terrifying creatures. But they don't need to wait for that. Even as hatchlings, they are already among the deadliest crawlers in the undergrowth. A baby cone snail is one of the most deceptive killers in the ocean. It doesn't chase, bite, or strike. It doesn't even move fast. Instead, it sits quietly, its beautifully patterned shell blending into the seafloor. But hidden inside this tiny, fragile-looking creature is a venom strong enough to paralyze and kill almost instantly. Even at its smallest, a baby cone snail is already packing one of the most complex and powerful neurotoxins found in nature. Unlike other venomous creatures that rely on speed or aggression, cone snails are patient assassins. Their venom is injected through a harpoon-like tooth, which shoots out in a fraction of a second. The toxin immediately shuts down the nervous system, preventing movement and making escape impossible. Small fish that get too close don't even realize they've been stung until their muscles refuse to respond. The real danger? There's no cure. If a person is stung, there's nothing doctors can do except try to keep them alive until the venom wears off, if they're lucky. The scariest part is how easy it is to underestimate them. Their shells are strikingly beautiful, often collected by unsuspecting beachgoers who have no idea what's inside. A baby cone snail might look harmless, but that tiny shell holds a weapon more dangerous than most creatures 10 times its size. In the ocean, beauty doesn't always mean safety. Sometimes it means the exact opposite. That's about it. Write in the comments which baby animal surprised you the most. For more useful information, watch other videos.